Okay, I'm struggling here this morning. Good morning, by the way, and welcome to Tea Tuesday. I'm Lisa Ann Spencer. It's been a little bit since I've recorded a Tea Tuesday. I'm dressed and ready to go out to take my dog to the groomer today, and I got myself a cup of tea here. This beautiful golden, and I'll tell you what it is when I come back after this little introductory break. So this tea is a powder blend called Immunity Tea from Flab City, if that's pronouncing it correctly. A good friend of mine that I met through YouTube and also have met in person at church brought me a packet of this, not just a single packet, but she put some in a Ziploc bag so that I could have quite a bit. But it is, she calls Bobby approved. I had never heard of Bobby Parrish before, but evidently he rose up through YouTube and does a lot of healthy food choices. He has an app called Bobby Approved, which you can literally go through the store and scan to see what has pure, wholesome ingredients. So this tea has ginger, turmeric, black pepper, and I believe some lemon, maybe some other ingredients. And I put honey in it. I have had this nagging cough still. We got sick over Thanksgiving. We're sick for 2 weeks. And I do feel much, much better, but I'm drinking the tea today, hoping that it might help with this cough. So anyway, you've seen my Abingdon China cup before. We did use our whole full service for Thanksgiving dinner, and we had a real good time with our family. And now we're fast approaching Christmas, and I've been crazy busy with so many things, which is why I have not been videoing. I think about videoing all the time, but it just has not been happening. So I'm kind of thinking now that maybe it's going to be next year before I can really get in the groove. This tea is really, really good, by the way. So I thought I would do just a real quick Bible study tip. And also mention I have a blog, and it is linked in the description box below, but then I'll link this particular study that I wrote on finding a Bible study plan that works, or a reading plan that works. January is approaching and everybody likes to tackle the Bible. It's a great goal. Let me start in January and let me read through the Bible this year, which it's a great goal. It has some drawbacks and some benefits, so I write about that in my blog. And then there are other reading plans that take you through the Bible much quicker, and there's reasons why you would like to read through it more quickly. And of course it has some drawbacks too. So anyway, if you're interested in that, check out the blog that's linked below called How to Find a Bible Reading Plan That Works. And I thought just quickly for today I would mention again, and I know I've mentioned it before, but maybe not specifically, this Bible study tip today is read Paul's epistles. So Paul's epistles are only about 100 pages long in my Bible. So you can even see how dirty my Bible is in a couple of places, Psalms and Proverbs, and then down here where Paul's letters are. Paul's letters begin in the book of Romans with his name. All his letters begin with the name Paul. And there's reasons for that, which maybe I've talked about before, but Paul is a very distinct apostle to the Gentiles, and his letters are for a particular audience. People tried to write letters in Paul's name. They would go behind him everywhere he went, preaching the gospel of grace, trying to put people back under the law. So he says in one of his letters in Thessalonians that he's going to write his name as the salutation in every letter that he writes. So in my Bible, Romans begins on page 1752. And then his letters go all the way through the little book of Philemon. And in my Bible, that's page 1856. So that's 104 pages in my Bible. So there it is. Very small portion of Scripture, and it is the portion of Scripture that is directly written to you and I today. You do need to read the whole Bible. Paul quotes the Old Testament a lot. He quotes Psalms, he quotes Isaiah the prophet. So you need to be familiar with those. So it's good to read through the Bible every year, but it's best for your growth to read the Apostle Paul. And because it's so small, you can read it over and over and over again. My personal plan for reading through Paul's letters is I read 3 chapters every day. That takes you through all of his letters in 1 month. So by the end of the year, I've read through Paul's letters 12 times. Just a good piece of advice for a Bible study tip, to read the letters that are written directly to you. It will help your growth and your walk as a Christian. All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by today and spending a few minutes with me. Hope you're having tea. Let me mention here that this is an open collaboration. It's hosted by Patty at Life with Patty and Kathy at Kathy's Favorite Things. Those channels will be linked below, and you can click on those and see what the other ladies are doing with their tea. There's other men that participate too. So, just check it out. And I'll probably only make one more hashtag Tea Tuesday this year. And I'm going to try to get that in maybe the week of Christmas. I have a tea that I mentioned to you before. It is a red rooibos spice chai that we buy from the bulk herb store. It's delicious. It's just become tradition with us to have it at this time of year. It's kind of expensive. We buy a loose leaf blend, and so I thought next time what I would probably do is share that with you and also just read through the Christmas account in the scripture. We'll talk about, Jesus's birth and the fact that it didn't actually happen on December 25th. Instead of trying to, go into a deep doctrinal Bible study, I'll just share some links with you. But I thought maybe we could just read through the account of Luke and Matthew. So if you are interested in that, be looking for that. That should show up hopefully the Tuesday of the week of Christmas. So until next time, happy Tea Tuesday.